Hello, ladies and gentlemen, Coolest Hero here, and a special guest again.
The specialist, coolest hero girlfriend here.
You might remember her from my old one of my Titanfall 2 videos. She wanted to come back because we have something we want to talk about that we have actually been doing a lot.
Board games.
Well, let's get into the whole thing first. So the holidays are coming up, and mostly everybody spends time together with their family. And unfortunately, sometimes you cannot play video games with all your family. I mean, you can try it if they're into video games, but most of them are not.
Yeah, usually there's not enough controllers to go around anyway.
So we like to talk about another one of our hobbies that we play with a bunch of our friends and we play together. That would be board games, and some of these games are great and perfect to share with the family. And we'd like to go over a few of them that we discovered today with you guys.
Yep.
So you're gonna start off with.
Well, you're probably all thinking we're gonna start with the typical Cards Against Humanities. Well, nope.
Actually, yeah, well, honestly, once you play enough Cards Against Humanity, it kind of gets dull. At that point, you're just like, alright, who has the best card? And it's usually no laughing at that point.
Yep. You've all seen them in one form or another in another sentence or topic. They get stale. So now we'll have monikers.
Okay, this game is called, what you just said, it's called Monikers. It's actually open, what the hell is the name for it? It's a open source game, as in, this game has been around for years, either passed on via generations. Its actual name is called Celebrities. It's where one person either basically takes an entity or something like that. Let's just say,
Why don't we start off simpler? Think about it like charades.
That's exactly what it is.
Except this charades has 3 levels. The card I specifically have in my hand to give you guys an example, the card word is a bro. And on that card there will be description.
Hang on, that's a terrible card to start off with.
Well, you didn't give me enough time. This is why I'm saying we needed to have the games out.
Yeah. Let's see. Suppose Josephine, no. Okay. How about this one?
Sure you didn't want to start off with a plumper?
No, that's a fluffer. No.
You know what I meant.
Do you want Rick James or Lady Gaga's meat dress?
Lady Gaga's meat dress.
Okay. Anyway, so what happens is it's charades mixed with celebrities. So what happens is what happens is you guys split up into teams. It could be as many people as you want. I think the game can go to I think the highest we play is 10 on 10, something like that. Anyway, you guys split up into 2 teams, and each team. You start off by drawing an X amount of cards for each person. For each person, they pick out 1 or 2 cards that they know, and all those cards from both teams get put into one singular deck. And then from there, each team has a chance to. One person gets up, has to take a card, and has to read it out, or has to read it out while obviously saying what it actually is, and that team has to guess it right. If they guess it right, they score that point. However, the game evolves over 3 rounds. So it starts off with you're able to read off the card for everything except for the actual name of the thing, what you're trying to convey. After that, it evolves into the second round, which is you're only allowed to say 1 word, and the other team has to guess it. It's not the other team. Your own team has to guess it. And the third one is typical charades, whereas one person has to get up and just try to act whatever it is out without saying anything. So what happens is, how do you really want to explain this?
You've been doing a pretty good job so far. 2 teams, 1 captain goes out and tries to either say the entire sentence, a single word, or act it out. For instance, the card I have in my hand is Lady Gaga's meat dress. So, by either reading the description placed on the card with 1 word, such as carnivore, maybe.
Well, you can say more if it was the first round. You can say more.
Yep, or either act it out.
But
the other team would have to guess this.
What I was saying was, over the 3 rounds, you think it does get harder, Brad. Once after the third round, you think it gets harder as once you can only say 1 word after the second round, the third round you have to act it out. But by that point, your team and the other team has pretty much memorized the deck. So they can kind of understand the 1 word you're trying to say at a heartbeat. So that's always a good game. We highly recommend it. It's time to move on to the next game, though. The next game is, I don't know if anybody has actually heard about this, is Spyfall.
Basically, you have a group of, maybe 5 people?
I think it goes up to, what does it say? I think it goes up to 6 people? Usually tells you. 3 to 8 players. Okay. And this game is incredibly fast. It's like a round goes by with less than 15 minutes.
Yep. This game gives you specific cards with different locations, such as Carnival.
Carnival, submarine, other things like amusement park.
But either way, 4 out of 5 people will know where you're at. The person who does not know where you are at is the spy.
Well,
you have to weed out the spy.
Let's go back a little bit. So, the way this game starts off is, actually there's no, like, pieces to this game. It's just decks upon decks upon decks of cards. I think there's like 32 decks of cards in here. You pick one of those decks, you put it face down, and you draw. You take it out, and you take the spy card, which is on the bottom of the deck. You put it to the side. You take depending more people left in the game. You take, like, let's say you're doing 4 people. You do 1 spy and 3 other people. You put it to the side, shuffle them, and you hand them out to everybody else. From there, everybody flips over the card, looks at it, and puts it right back down. One of you guys is the spy and has no idea what you were saying, has no idea where they are. And, what do you want to say?
Yep. Once you know where you are, your card will also give you a job. Like, let's say if it's Yard of Carnival, you could either be the clown or a custodian. You will look to your players, and if you go first, you can ask them a question to try and secretly weed out who it is. Like, so, have any nice messes that I need to know about? Or some secret code that will let other people know that you know where you are.
Basically, you have to look into your family member's eyes or friend's eyes and completely and blatantly lie to them while also trying to understand if they're the spy or if they're not. If at any point in the game you think you found the spy, you can flip over your card and say, I think he's a spy, unanimous vote. As you know, you don't flip over your card, you just say, I have a unanimous vote, I'll vote, I think so-and-so is a spy. If it's a, obviously, unanimous vote, that person gets flipped over. If they're the spy, the other team wins. If they're not the spy wins. Mm-hmm. So, it's a pretty cool game. It's all about bluffing and, like, literally staring. Like, multiple times I just stare into her, my girlfriend's eyes here and just tell her a blatant lie, even though I was a spy. And just try to let her know that I'm still in this game, but yes, I am not the spy, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. But anyway, that's for, like, small parties. Now let's go to a really big party.
My personal favorite. 2 rooms.
Hang on. Let's see. This game is for 6 to 30 players. Mm-hmm. And it's played over, like, 20-minute rounds, usually.
Yep. And it's my favorite. 2 rooms and a boom.
Now, this game was a Kickstarter. Actually, most of these games were Kickstarter besides Spyfall. Monikers was one. You can actually buy that on Amazon now. Spyfall can be found in most stores, including like Barnes & Noble and everything now. Tears of Boom, you have to order off Amazon. This was a Kickstarter. And this is literally one of the best times you can ever have for a big party. We've played this for like Halloween parties and everything. We played this game for a good 3 to 4 hours at a time.
Basically, this game is, you have your big party. You divide them up into 2 teams. 1, a red team. You are terrorists. And you have the blue team, designed to protect and serve the president. Red team wins if you get the terrorists in the same room as the president at the end of the round, where you can blow them up.
Let's go back. Explain what the room system is, because the game says you need 2 separate rooms to play this game.
Okay. Blue team is in 1 room. Red team is in another room. You have to weed out where this terrorist is and who the president is, because you want to keep them separate. If you think someone is being suspicious, they could be either or. Either way, you either want them out of the room, where you could trade them, or you keep that person safe by not allowing them to be traded. At the end of the game, all will be revealed, where there will either be a big boom, where the president dies and the red team wins, or they're on separate rooms, like they should be, and the president lives and the terrorists lose.
Basically, to play this game, you need 2 rooms, enough, a decent amount of people. This game is not played. It should not be played with anything less than, I think, 8 people. 4 on 4 is perfect. Obviously, the more the better, because
definitely the more the better.
You want the more people, because what happens is there's at least, I think there's about 99 different character cards in this thing, and each one has like their own little effect. Actually, there's more than 2 teams too. There's 4 teams. There's plenty more than that. There's a green team, which is like has these special effects, which is like you could be a zombie or something like that.
There is also a gray team, but we don't want to confuse you all without you having to read the instructions yourself, because there's only so much we can go into without.
But definitely check it out. Each character, there's 70 to 90 different character cards, and each one has their own little special effect on the game. and having them all together is truly something to behold. Like, for example, I'll go over some of the simple ones. There is the angel and the devil. The angel can only tell the truth, and the devil can only tell the lie. And you can be blind, so someone has to physically actually walk you into the other room because you can't open your eyes, or you're deaf. It's hilarious. And we definitely should recommend you guys checking it out, or even buying it. I think it retails for about $30, but it's definitely worth the price if you like to host big parties. It's a welcome crowd pleaser, and definitely gets the most people into the game. Now for our fourth game is Sherlock Holmes, Consultant Detective. Now, let me explain about this. This game is not for... I mean, yes, you can play it in groups, but this is actually a personal... how do I put this? A personal game for your significant other. It's really good for, like, 2 people or, like, 3 people. It's basically turns you and your friends or your loved ones into detectives, not Sherlock Holmes, because he comes in at the end of the game, berates you and how stupid you were, and like how he got it, how you should have got it, that kind of stuff.
Yep, it is true that you could do this 2 players, but honestly, the more people you have, the quicker you'll probably figure this out.
No, actually, the more people you have, the more double smoking guns, the more everything actually makes it harder. Because everybody has their own opinion at that point.
I do, but still, how many times have we been stumped because we don't know what's going on?
Just with you versus you and me, we've been having different opinions.
Yeah.
So let's just go over the basics of the game.
Okay, so this comes with a fun map of London.
Well, actually, hold on.
A directory.
You're right, it comes with all those, but it also comes with 10 different cases.
I was getting to that.
Ah.
And as you just said, yes, 10 cases. 1 through 10. You start off with 1, and through 10. Simple as that.
Now, let's give you a little caveat to this game. This game can only be played up to 10 times.
Yep, otherwise, you'll already know the answers, so what is the fun in that?
So, but don't let that discourage you. That is 10 cases of that you will, I listen to these guys called Shut Up and Sit Down. These guys explain this game the best, and I will definitely put the link in the description. Actually, they go through a lot. They reviewed most of these games, and I recommend you check them out. I will give you the link in the description of these guys. But the way Quinns explains this from Shut Up and Sit Down, he goes like, it is 10 memories that you will cherish for the rest of your life.
And it may not seem like a lot, but believe me, if you solve a case in less than like 2 hours,
you're doing it wrong.
Yeah. Exactly, and Sherlock will be there at the end to tell you and remind you how stupid you really are in comparison to him.
But just to go over a quick synopsis of the game, you get put as one of the constables of Baker Street, and you're given a case, and the doors are just flung open to you. The doors of London are just flung open to you. You can go anywhere. You get a map, like you said, you get a directory. You're going to need a pen and paper for this game because you need to take notes, and there's a lot of reading.
But we need to explain what the directory maps are for. In these cases, you will be reading a little backstory that the answers and clues are hidden in there for you. But, you need to go talk to people. You have to find these people, so you use the directory to hunt these people down, and use the map to go find them. Once you do, they'll either tell you something important, or they'll tell you that you just wasted an important turn. But
overall, we recommend this game. Anybody who wants to, be a detective or always dreamed of solving a real mystery. We're warning you, though, it is hard. The score gets put out from 0 to 100. I think the highest we've gotten is like 30 after like 3 cases.
You should still guess who did it.
I mean, we thought we were smart. This game makes us look dumb.
Mm-hmm.
So that by any means is a great game.
And same warning we got from Shut Up and Sit Down. Beware case 3. Those stupid figurines are important.
No, spoilers. All right. Anyway,
okay. Spoiler alert.
For our last game, another bluff, and this game is basically is customs the game. If you haven't heard about this one, it is called Sheriff of Nottingham. It retails for about $35, I'd say. And it is for, I forget what this is for, 3 to 5 players, and you are all merchants trying to get your goods past the Sheriff of Nottingham. Each turn, one person gets to become the sheriff. And it's basically customs the game. What happens is you draw from a deck of, what the hell is it? Goods.
Cards, and yes, they will have goods on them. Apples, chickens, cheese.
And bread.
And bread.
But you also have contraband.
Illegal stuff
like
that you want to
crossbows,
get past the sheriff.
Alcohol, ink, like that kind of stuff.
All stuff that'll get you a pretty penny.
So this game, if you really like to touch and feel like stuff in like in a game, this one is the king of that. It comes with the satin pouches that are truly something to play around with. When basically what happens is the merchants get a chance to take their goods, without the sheriff looking, they put it in the bag.
I like the sound.
I know you do. They put it in the bag, and then they have to hand it to the sheriff, and they have to tell him they can't lie about this, except for the contraband, obviously. They have to say, "I have
Three
chickens or something like that in there."
You can't lie about the number.
And then you can sweeten the pot. You can actually give the sheriff some money to look the other way, or you can give, or heck, if it's another person going, you can give the money to look at that person's pouch. But the sheriff can like prod and tease you with this thing, the little pouch you give him. But as soon as they hear that, sheriff opens.
It's over.
It's over. Sheriff opens the pouch. If you are telling the truth, and let's say there's 3 chickens in there,
Sheriff pays you.
Sheriff pays you. However, if you're lying, you pay the sheriff. It is great. It's like we said before. It's like Spyfall. You have to look into your family member's eyes and just lie to them. Any game, in my opinion, that lets you lie to your family, like, you know, for competitive reasons, is a definite win in my book. It's definitely worth buying. And hey, I lie to you all the time. I lie to you with that stuff all the time.
Yes, you do.
And that's basically it. Basically, all these are pretty good recommendations. Definitely to get your family in to, you know, gather around and play your favorite board game. But hey, that's it. That's what the holidays are for, right, dear?
Mm-hmm.
So, any other things you want to say?
All of these games go great with alcohol for the holidays.
Precisely. So, from our family to yours, happy holidays. Have everybody a safe holiday. And we hope to see you guys very soon. This is Cool Shiro.
And Cool Shiro Girlfriend.
Signing out. Out.